Hammers up, everyone. Towelliee here. So this past week, we had one of our Q&As with game director Ian Hazacostas from the WoW team, obviously. You all know who he is. Every time he shows up, it's like a whole, Roger Goodell and situation going on in Twitch chat. And, the last couple of Q&As, we've had some good questions, some decent answers. He gives you his, what I call, smart talk. I actually write down on a piece of paper some of the words he says because I've never heard half the fucking things. Or I've never heard of half the fucking words he's saying. But that's probably just because I'm ignorant, so it's whatever. But in this Q&A, with all these questions they were answering, resets and catch-ups, fun and enjoyment, transmogs, gold, demon hunter restrictions, he talked about leveling. And I must admit, I got a little bit of a chubby. Now, for the leveling, he does say leveling needs help. 120 is a big number, and giving a reward at every level would be overwhelming and impractical, which I would agree with. Obviously, you go from 1 to 120. If they were to redo the entire leveling process, we're going to end up with like 60, 70 passives, 20, 40 abilities to use. You can scream and cry all you want about how that's exactly what I want. The fuck you do. You don't want that. You want something better than what we got now, that's for sure. I can agree. Now he said the team has heavily discussed a level squish lately. They want community feedback on if losing levels would feel bad, even if they could give more valuable rewards at every level in the leveling process. This is huge, guys. Guys and gals out there. This is big. Really big. Because I've been talking to my stream about the level squish and how they should take little aspects of other games out there and their progression systems past a certain level. Kind of like Paragon leveling, or kind of like what we do with our neck piece with the Concordance, but in obviously a greater range, right? So, I want to kind of gauge what you guys are thinking out there and kind of take your feedback on that subject with your suggestions, if you will, and then compile a list of my own and give that to them. I have my own contacts over there. I can give them that kind of information because I am, in favor of like this level squish. Now, how would I do it? I definitely wouldn't go up to 120. I think for me, 60, 100, those are pretty good numbers. People are very familiar with 60 because of vanilla WoW, 1 to 60, and then after that we get some sort of progression system. I personally am in love with like the Elder Scrolls Online champion point system. I wish we would get something like that where you can hit max level and then every time you fill up your experience bar again, or kind of like in Division 2, you get like a field proficiency cache when you hit another level worth of experience. You'll get something like power points or void points, void experience. I don't know, name it fucking something. But for me, that was like the big discussion in our channel, man. Is it going to be like 60 or is it going to be 100? Should it be 70? Should it be 90? What's a great number to stop at? And that is crucial. Where do you want to stop? Personally, I think 60 is too little. I don't think it's that great. Let's say next expansion, they do that 1 to 60. I guess we would start at what, 55 or 50 with already a bunch of passives and stuff. And they can't just really reboot the game and have us like re-level again. So we would have to have like a starting point, whether it be like, 55 to 60 or like 90 to 100. I think 100 is pretty good. And I think every like 2-3 levels, we get like a passive or a talent or something, great. And then once we hit max level, like I said, we have like this crazy big progression system that happens afterward that maybe doesn't involve artifact power. I'll be honest, man. I loved Legion. I grinded the shit out of Legion. I played Legion more than any other expansion you can possibly fucking think of out there. But you know what? I'm kind of a little tired of the artifact power. I have to grind it now because I'm a Mythic Raider and we have requirements in our Mythic Raiding guild to be a certain level. And I definitely, want to keep my, position as a tank, and not have to, get G-kicked because I don't have a proper deck level. But this idea that they're even thinking of this level squish leads me to believe that, man, we might see something. Not sure if 9.0, maybe 9.0, because he's even saying himself that, 120 is a big number. What are we going to do in 9.0? Are we heading to 130, 125? My prediction, and I'm going to call this right now, is that next expansion, we're going to go from 120 to 125. He's going to try to just to make the next expansion not that crazy with the leveling in preparation for a level squish in 10.0. 10.0, nice, big number. We got to 10. 10.0. You know, big changes, lots of things happening. And I think that's when we're going to hit it, boys and girls. I want your information. I want to hear your suggestions. I'm in favor of like an ESO style champion point system. I'm good with either level 60 or level 100. I think to me, as a, you know, RPG player in the past, or JRPG for consoles for so long, I like 99 and 100. You know, like you hit 99 and 100. Actually, sometimes you never hit 100. You just hit 99 and now that was like it. You know, so I like 100. I think you can get a lot of shit onto our bars from 1 to 100. 1 to 60, you're going to have to kind of really cram it in. You know, I know 60 is a very iconic number in WoW, but that's what Classic is there for. You're going to hit your 60 there, and you're going to have your fun. I think if you're going to go with retail, leave it at 100. I remember when people were hitting 100, everyone was just kind of excited about that, even though it was, you know, Draenor. But just hitting that number, 100, like, holy shit, we've hit triple digits, you know? And then it should have kind of stopped right there. What they would have done, like the greatest thing they could have done is they could have hit 100, right? And then we go into Legion. And then Legion would have been like that progression system. You would have hit, you would have stayed at like 100. And then AP would have like artifact power leveling would have created like this whole alternate kind of progression system where you would get like either more passives or just, you know, all these little talents that we've been talking about, you know, strength, procs, whatever you want to call it. But I definitely want your guys' information on this. Like I said, I think it's really huge that they're even considering this and that they're actually talking about it, and they want our feedback. And I want your feedback. I want to take your ideas. I'll give them my ideas. I mean, I've actually already given them my ideas in the past, so they already know what I want. You know, which is like, why don't you please look at other games like ESO and please copy their shit for post max level progression, because it's awesome. But I want to know what you guys think. Post it in the comments. Thumbs up the video. This was actually a pretty decent Q&A. They talked a lot. They didn't talk about nothing 8.2 related, so that kind of sucked. But I thought that this was a key moment in that Q&A. Like my face just, you know, my jaw dropped. Like my boner smashed through my fucking desk. I had to like kind of curl it in like that. Well, you can't see me right now. Anyway, that's okay. Let me know what you guys think. Level squish happen? Yes, no. Do you want it? Would you feel terrible if you have to go from 120 to 60? And now, are those people that want level squishes, is that a vocal minority, or how will the casuals of World of Warcraft react to being de-leveled? Would they consider that on the same playing field as a level squish for them, feeling less powerful, having to go backwards in the form of leveling? I don't know, man. That's that big thing in World of Warcraft. It's like the casual players that we never hear anything from until something bad happens, and they go fucking ballistic, versus what a lot of people call the vocal minority, who always wants all the crazy shit. Let me know. Peace out.